Gonna break it down, break it down, break it down. Gonna break it down, break it down, break it down. Ooh.
I just want to start off by saying this.
What the fuck, bro? Go ahead, dog. What's happening?
I really love y'all, man.
Hey, real talk.
I really do. Like in life, sometimes you just don't know what's taking place in life, and you see the strength in people characters, and having characters. It's a very important thing. So I love y'all, man.
How much did you learn today?
I learned so much. I'm sleepy, my nigga. Like, I'm for real. I'm like,
it's always a teachable moment off air for us whenever we like get together. It's always we never leave here without some gems or jewels having been dropped
Or
prior
some rocks.
to
or some rocks.
Some car wash tokens.
prior to us pressing record.
No, and this was a long conversation.
And what was the little saying? You know how they used to have them little voice things, I guess the younger hip hop artists having, like, if somebody don't trust it, I'ma shoot you. Or something like that. They be saying little stuff. My thing gonna be, if we having a serious conversation and gems being dropped, and I look at Harlem and she's making no facial expressions, I'm gonna believe everything that person is saying about your ass. That's all I'm saying. So Harlem is gonna be my
Harlem be having the tea, bro.
my median. I'm gonna look at Harlem. If she don't make no facial expressions, you're a fucking liar.
Hot tea, cold tea, warm tea, Long
teas.
Island iced tea. Yeah.
What is it? Chamomile, chamomile.
Yeah. Green tea.
All of it. Listen. Hey, we back, man. Commentary, intellectual black station. We've been gone for hellas. We've been gone, y'all. You can blame me and Rashad. It ain't B.
It is.
It is B a little bit though. B, you've been.
She been living life, boy.
Yeah.
What didn't you do?
I just be traveling.
Yeah,
I be outside.
I be
and
wanting to like her
here.
pictures and stuff, but I be like, is that gonna be weird for me to like this picture?
That's a hater.
I know a hotel room fire detector when I see one. I know it. She definitely in a hotel right now.
I know that carpet pattern.
That's
but most
is that
of
a Marriott?
Well, you at the Bellagio?
Times, I have been with my children.
Right.
So, most of the time.
I'm gonna let you live real quick.
A few of 2 out of 3.
It wasn't it? Hey, I wonder one picture. I forgot what it was. I think I inboxed or I got in contact with you about a picture. I was like, "Is that you? Is that you?" She looked so. I mean, like, I was
had
like,
the glow
you
going.
you better work it.
That's dropping dead weight.
She had the glow going.
And, releasing negativity.
She was drinking water.
Yep, drinking water, minding my business. But that's what happens when you remove yourself from the circus.
Okay. You're no longer one of the clowns.
I was never a clown, always the ringmaster.
The ringmaster. Okay. Were you an animal tamer? A little bit. No. Yes. No.
A little bit. Something like that.
A baboon whisperer.
The dog whisperer.
The dog whisperer. Yeah. A lot of life has happened. A lot. Like y'all, it's way too much for us to talk about since we've been gone. It's just a lot. A lot of life has happened. Black people are still being killed by the police.
Yeah.
Man.
A lot of black people are still being killed by the police. White people still living during police interactions.
Yeah. Right.
Joe
it's
Biden.
Like a fucking game of Duck Hunt, I think. Like it's like the police are in a live action game of Duck Hunt when it comes to black people.
Did you see the video of Sean King posted? Not of Sean King, but he posted a video, and there's like a kind of a nationally renowned police and FBI trainer. He talks about how officers and agents that he's talked to after they've killed somebody, the feeling and the rush they get.
Yeah,
I didn't see that. Yeah, that was kind of sick. Yeah, I don't like that.
I had to ask the question of, I know a lot of police officers that are
Me too.
black behind the badge. And then I know some that used to be, that are former police officers that, got out or whatever. So I contacted one of them and I asked him, I said, what is the intent when it comes to eliminating a threat? Is the intent, or officers trained with the intent to shoot to kill, or, and I don't know if this is like the same thing, is the intention to eliminate the threat? And he was like, when you eliminate the threat, you are taught to shoot to kill. Just like when you're being privately trained to get your like conceal and carry or to shoot, you are taught to shoot
Right.
with the intention to kill. That's eliminating the threat.
Yeah.
Right.
I just don't feel like we're always a threat in these situations.
And that was a really good question. And I just always wonder how officers, in particular these, white officers that, super trigger happy, and it is what it is. We're not sugarcoating this shit. How do they mitigate their fear?
Careful.
Right, please, Lord.
Okay, yeah, because you're right, because we
ahead.
be having episodes disappear. I just always wonder, how do you mitigate the fear? Because a lot of times you could tell visibly shaking, stepping into situations. You know what I'm saying? And to me, fear is an emotion. So if it's not controlled, you're emotionally unstable showing up to a situation to be a protector. These are air quotes, to be a protector of people, even though you're a protector of property.
I think a part of the problem is that it starts when the application process begins. So I think it's a much more bigger issue, but part of the problem is that they are hiring these individuals who come from these hick towns, who come from sundown towns.
Preach.
That come here, they don't have to, like in St. Louis City, there's no longer a residency requirement. And so they train these people, it takes longer to become a barber than it does to become a police officer. Right. They train these people, they put them through these surface level psychological and psychiatric tests to see if they're, would feel some type of way. And then they put them in these urban areas to police with people that either one, they can't digest,
right?
They have an issue with, and they just don't know how to control outside of deadly force.
Right.
That's part of the problem. That's where it starts.
And I ain't even trying to be funny, but what you saying that mean that if these white cops were barbers, everybody would have fucked up linings.
Period.
Okay.
Period.
Or pilots. Or,
okay.
What else? Nurses. Doctors.
Yep.
I think you even got to might take time to fry the chicken at Popeyes, like correctly.
If you could just pull up to spot number 2, it's going to be about 15 minutes on your fries. We got to drop some spicy.
Drop
that spice. It'd be,
That sounds like that happened for real in real life.
It does. It does. Especially the one on Page.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think that's a lot. That's a large part of the problem. And I think until somebody starts to look at the processes and how we are, sending police to respond. Another problem also is that dispatch doesn't know how to dispatch calls properly. To me,
yes.
I don't feel like everything requires an immediate police response.
Okay.
But we're going to continue to have this conversation respectfully.
Right.
We continue to see. Oh, I thought I was tasing him. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. They don't weigh the same, and they're on opposite sides, and they feel completely different. You also got to click. You got to flip a little thing, like a little click thing, to get your gun out. Got to click it. So y'all be clicking the wrong side on purpose. Stop it. We not going for that.
It's funny. AI and I had and shout out to AI, because AI was calling us, doing mental checks, and call your friends and family if you can. Make peace where you can. Some instances, as I learned today, you just can't make peace. Goddamn.
I got a piece to make.
There you go. But mental checks, man, checking on your people and all that stuff. And you do the mental checks. Don't send nobody over to go do the mental checks.
Don't do that.
We know what that turns into. But anyway, AI, called me, and I really appreciated that, man. And we had a conversation. I don't know if we can have this conversation on the air about, a certain incident where, there was a young lady that was killed. But
yeah, absolutely.
But one of the things we talked about, and I think you covered it, like pretty much just like intent and what the energy is even showing up. And he actually talked about, even when you're placing these calls, I'm assuming that a black person made the phone call for, the police to show up in that situation.
Yeah.
Just to be, it's almost like you got to be super specific. And like, hey, tell them what you said, AI. I don't want to, because you were talking about what I'm wearing, where I'm standing.
Yeah. So essentially, let's unpack, right? So we're going to talk about Ma'Khia Bryant. Essentially what it comes down to, I think that for me personally, this was the first situation of a black person, a black woman, that was killed by police that I was conflicted.
Yeah.
And I caught a lot of flack for this on Twitter and Facebook and everything else, right? And I think that not many understood where I was coming from, and I didn't really take the time to elaborate because it's y'all in my comments. So this is what it breaks down to for me personally, right? Police killing black men and women is non-negotiable. That's not where we at. That's a non-negotiable. That needs to stop. Period. It needs to stop. Police response training. Something needs to happen. That's a non-negotiable, right?
Right.
You can't reform a system that never was built for the outcomes that we desire, especially when we were only 3/5 of the people represented in the Constitution. So then people are going to say, oh, what about the amendments? Shut up. What about the 14th Amendment? What about the Second Amendment? What about, I can go on and on and on and on, because today we have people that are indigenous to this land that are getting pipes built through their homes, that are getting their land taken and stolen, things of that nature. I don't want to hear anything about amendments, okay? Third, I'll jump into the video because I meant to write this down, Shot. I was in the car driving when I was talking.
Yeah, because you was going in, bro.
There were 2 or 3 grown ass men in that video.
Yeah.
I guess now it's come out that one of those men was her biological father, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to Google it. If I'm mistaken, I apologize to you all. But the gentleman that was first seen kicking the young lady in the head at the beginning of the video, and the video was less than 30 seconds. So I think the whole ordeal took 14 seconds to happen. But there's 3 men there. So what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? But for me, as a black father with a black son, first things first, bullying is non-negotiable. You don't bully anybody just because you have the ability or the advantage to do so. That's soft, that's weak. You can holler at me if you feel differently. That's okay. Second, you don't follow people home. You don't. You don't know what people got in their house. The saying, you don't know what I got in my house. That stands true. Third, and this is where the conflict starts to come in. Ohio is a stand your ground state. But standing your ground does not mean going inside of your home, getting a knife, and then coming back out. That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
We know that police have the ability to de-escalate many, 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 many situations that don't involve brown people. We know it. We see it every
mass shooters.
day.
They get water
And Burger King.
and bulletproof vests. Are you okay?
And Burger King.
Absolutely.
We know that you have the ability to de-escalate. Okay, we know that. There's the posts going around of social workers and teachers. I was a teacher. I have never had to break up a fight, and a lot of y'all didn't know that, but I was a teacher for 6.5 years. I've never had to break up a fight involving any deadly weapon. Now, chairs and brooms, stuff, I didn't done that.
Right.
I've never encountered anything, guns, knives, nothing. I found all of those things on students, but I've never had to break up a fight. What do you do? Because now, we're also understanding, well, not understanding, but I'm hearing that the young lady that was in the pink that was pinned up against the car by Ma'Khia was actually a 30-year-old woman. That's
like 24 or
24?
Something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
That's what's being said.
Wow.
Being stabbed to death is a real thing. It's not fake. Being stabbed to death is a real thing.
Right.
We don't know the outcome. We can't say if this young lady would have lived, if this young lady would have died, or whatever the case may be. We can't say. We cannot say. We don't know, and it didn't happen. Now I'm looking at it as, what if it was my child, Allen what if it was my child with the knife in his hand? What do I do? How do I feel after that happens to my child? But now I'm looking at it as, what if that was my child in the pink outfit?
Yeah.
And the police stood there and let my child get shanked up and possibly died, right?
Yeah.
I'm not here to take a stance because here's the thing. The day of the Derek Chauvin verdict, I was on the same side as everyone else. Okay, not everyone else, but y'all know who I'm talking to.
The side of right.
I was on that side, right? And I'm not on your side. Double negative right there. See what I did?
Not.
I'm not. But and I still remain on your side through this. There's just so much conflict and so many things. I think we all 100% know that this shooting is going to be justified. We know that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Right.
Was it handled the best? We know that it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Do we know that there could have been other outcomes? Do we know that other people could have died? Do we know that police break up fights and use mace and tasers and what? We know that police have the ability to do that. Again, for me as a black father, what do I do if my son is being bullied? What do I tell him? What do I talk to my son about if he is being a bully? What do I feel if my son is the young man or young woman that got gunned down for going after somebody with a deadly weapon? Or how do I feel if my son is pinned up against a car and law enforcement is watching him possibly in the potential to lose his life? And, shout out to my homie Wu Child. I know you listen, bro. And we have, excellent dialect. He kind of wrapped up everything in a nutshell on one of his posts. I don't have it available. I do apologize. But, and this is not in dispute of that. It's just so much. It's a lot. Like, what do we do when we celebrate George Floyd's murderer being put behind bars, and in the same hour, a 18-month officer gets out of a car and unloads 4 rounds
Like
on
on
a
some Operation
16-year-old.
Wolf
He was so calm, bro. I've watched that video numerous times because I just want to see what something different or did. He was so calm through the whole encounter, bro. And he could have hit that other woman.
And that's what I just wanted. And we talked about that.
Bro, he put them shots on. They're trained to do that.
Right.
But he was so calm, bro. Like,
with being respectful to the families and everybody involved.
Soapbox.
And just being honest, like total respect and knowing me, I say what I want. Now that's it. I am walking on eggshells with this one. And even when we had our conversation, it was an eggshell situation. I am not, everybody sitting in this room right now, it's 3 of us. And we got enough space between us for y'all to be true.
We're social distance.
Right. But we've all each
I'm fully
probably
vaccinated.
have enough trauma to start a black television network
Yes,
that
sir.
we've witnessed
Yes,
in
sir.
life. And why am I saying that? None of us are a fan of trauma porn. Okay, watching people get killed and all of this other stuff, and over. I mean, shock, whatever. But that is something I had to watch more than once to understand this man's calmness. And I say this respectfully, like I'm dead serious. The accuracy of what this man did, because he could have killed more than one person. It was like an accuracy from what I saw. This is Rashad's opinion. One of the words I recognize that some of us be scared of is circumvention, man.
Ooh, big word.
Big word. I said the big words. I thought one of y'all was gonna say. But it's just like, I get it. Trauma, emotional trauma. Just to have a celebration off of something that everybody was stressing out for. Wasn't it over a year? Or was it about a year? And then on the same day, as media would present to you, the raw and uncut version of what happened to this young lady. First and foremost, we all need psychologists at this point. Therapy, so on and so forth. It's another conversation for another time. But one of the things I recognize when we are just emotionally raged, understandably so, sometimes we do have to unpack things. And one of the things that I do hear a couple people talking about, but it's not popular, how could this have been prevented?
Yes.
I know it sounds like some bullshit, but we really got to start, because guess what? Let's just be honest and beep this out if it needs to be. 11 times out of 10, if you calling the police as a black person in a situation, you might have a situation bigger than the situation you got going on. Mm-hmm. How do we get to points, like just at least thinking the thought of how could these situations be circumvented? You mentioned it was grown people out there.
Yes, sir. One of them that kicked the young lady.
Right. Which was disgusting. Fucking disgusting. If you know bullying is going on, issues and so on and so forth with youth, the young people, as grown people, when did we get to the point, when did we get to the point that we just like cheering it on and even participating in this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things, at least how my mind is. Before I even get to the police showing up, what could have happened to where they didn't show up? You know what I'm saying? And I know after the fact, don't nobody want to hear this, but let's look at it. Because if we're not hearing this and at least starting to think these thoughts, then I can promise you within the next couple months, we're gonna be visiting a new situation in the similar scheme. That shit was disgusting, man. I just got to be honest. Yes. Like, it's just disgusting on so many levels. And I wish I could just get a whole fucking world a hug of everybody, black people, who would just like, man, we going through it mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. I'm tired, man. But with this particular situation, I understand the conflicted mindset. I really do. Harlem.
Listen, I'm over it. I'm over the conversation about it. Like, I saw the video from the first, like, initially from the angry perspective of, God damn, this again? Like, really? Mm-hmm. And then I made a post by then. I went to sleep, and then Allen ass text me about take the shit down. Some goofy shit.
I'll be watching y'all.
I don't know. Some goofy shit. And I was like, in my head, Allen, go to hell. But then I got up and I did look at it from, you know, a fresh pair of eyes and a fresh mindset, and it is very conflicting because had that been a group of white girls,
say that
it would have completely been de-escalated in a completely different way.
Right.
He pulled up to the scene and he saw these young girls who were not little. Like, even at 15, she was a big girl.
That's a good point. Woo! That is a good point.
So
that's a good point.
Fear, obviously, he was afraid. Fear definitely took over. And then it was grown men out there. It was other grown adults out there. It's just a mob in their mind, right?
Yes.
But how many times have we seen mobs of white-skinned children doing the same thing? Like, doing the same shit. Daily. And they get tased or, hey, break this shit up, break it up, and, you know, whatever. Okay, the worst case scenario is you might have gotten a little cut.
Right.
You definitely could have de-escalated that situation in a different manner, as you've been taught. She had a knife. You have a gun.
Yeah.
You could have de-escalated that. Am I saying that he should have let the other young lady be stabbed or anybody be harmed? Absolutely not.
Right.
But you have mace. You have a taser.
Right.
Like, he acted upon complete fear and impulse. And he was so calm.
Impulse, yes.
He was so calm because that's what psychopaths are.
Preach.
He looks like a psychopath. He used to get beat up in school, I can tell.
Absolutely.
I can tell. Let me find this Negro name.
Definitely.
He ain't a Negro. Let me see what this dude's name is.
He was definitely one of those ones who became a police officer because he was picked on in high school.
He got that energy.
Yes.
He got that energy.
Just from the one picture of him standing over her, it gave me very much Darren Wilson vibes. You, sir, were a bitch in school. And you became a police officer to be tough.
Right.
And, you know, flaunt your authority. He most definitely will continue his career. He may be released from that particular police department.
Right.
But one thing we know about the police, you can go be a police anywhere. You can continue. You can go to different departments no matter what your disciplinary record is from other departments. There's another department that will hire you.
Say that.
So this will happen again. This probably won't be his only mark against him.
No.
Right.
But he was definitely a psychopath, and had these children been white, the outcome would have been completely different. And I think that's the narrative, that even though a lot of us are conflicted with what would you have done? What if it was my child, or you know, whatever. And as we're continuing to hear more and more about the story, because it's such a detailed situation that so many layers are now coming out.
It is.
It's like
Nicholas Reardon.
a bitch.
Nicholas Reardon
A
is
bitch.
his name.
Word.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement.
But as we're continuing to hear this story unfold and the layers, you know, continue to be peeled back,
Right.
it's not a matter of, well, she was, because we can't say she was unarmed.
Right.
She was armed. The issue should have been handled differently. And if she were white, she would not be.
would.
Oh,
Yeah.
she would be alive.
She would be alive.
She would be alive.
And that's where that
Absolutely.
and that's it for me, right? Because
Period.
even through everything else,
Yep,
we
she
know
would be alive. She would be alive.
And
It would have been much different. Hey, get it. Hey, stop this. Like, it would have been.
Yes.
So he said nothing.
And I'm willing to bet that if they were white, not only would they be alive, she might have got a poke off. She
Yeah.
might have got a poke off.
it would have been a completely different outcome. Period. Yes.
But it would have been
He would have-
stitches with
he-
Flintstone Band-Aids
He
and
would have-
Burger King for all.
He would have sprung into action physically when he got out the car and they were on the grassy
And tried
area
to
right next to
yeah,
him.
yeah.
And at that point in time, he had the ability to disarm Ma'Khia.
Right.
And he had other officers. There were
And there
two
were
other
other
supporting
officers
officers.
there. Yep.
And I think
Yeah.
the other ones were white shirts too. So I don't.
Yeah. No,
I don't know if that's just their uniform.
Maybe that's just their uniform.
Yeah,
But
but-
I think another part of police reform needs to be a mental health response to certain types of calls, because there is also a such thing as suicide by cop.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Where
there
you
is.
have people who will,
know.
be outside raging with a knife
That's
or
right.
threatening
That's
to,
right.
do some harm to other people, and they'll, provoke the police
of
so that the
course.
police shoot at them. There needs to be some type of mental health response instead of the police being an immediate response, because there was another instance not too long ago where a young black man was having a mental breakdown, and I believe his family had to call the police on him. When the police got there, he was irate. It was an adult.
That's right. No, you're right. I know
Yeah,
what
he
you're
was
talking about.
irate. He was upset. He was having a mental breakdown.
Right.
They killed him in front of his entire family.
Yep.
And they caught it on the Ring doorbell.
Yeah,
Yep.
there was another instance of
Yep.
those instances happen all the time. They
Yep.
happen all the time, and it's
It's sad to say that we have to teach even our children and our friends that we love. If you can avoid it,
Yeah.
do not call the police.
don't call the police.
You got
yeah.
it.
Do not call the police. I tell my son, if somebody is trying to fight you and you scared, go in the house. You can call your daddy. You can call your top 10 that's in your phone for the
Right.
people that you know gonna pull up, whatever. Do not call the police.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And that's also something, man. I mean, just listening to you talk, like one of the things that just gave me chills is like and I ain't heard really too many people say what you said, where it's actually trying as best as you can to get in the mindset of the murderer, which is the fucking cop. Like,
Right.
we're not gonna fucking
Because they're murderers. Yeah.
They are.
yeah. So, and how just like you made like points that I ain't even tripping off of, like, not, and I'm not saying this to be disparaging, but how big the girl was, or the size of the girl and the size of the other girl, and just, I'm telling you, that whole fear energy. But maybe the dude wasn't afraid. He just like, shit, I'm finna get my shit off right
I'm
now.
finna get it. I'm gonna get that, and that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. I know that I can get this off.
I know I can get it
I know
off.
I can
Because
get it
so
off.
many times they are getting it off, right?
Yeah, of course.
We've only just
course.
begin to make an example out of these officers who are doing these things. Because when we think about it, the black officer that shot the white lady in the back alley, and
he
I
got
think that
12
was in
years.
Minnesota also.
Yep.
Yeah.
Minnesota
He-
be clowning.
He went to jail.
Jesus.
He was black though.
Yep.
And then you had the little white girl that shot Boheme when he was in his apartment. Did she go to jail or did she get off?
She got a slap on the wrist. I mean, she got a significant sentence.
Ain't she about to go for an appeal or something?
But I mean, everybody's gonna appeal.
Well,
that's
it was
the
fine.
process.
The mother hugged her. The mother hugged her.
And so did the judge.
Yeah, and so did the
everybody.
judge. You made a mistake and all this type of thing.
They get hugs, we get slugs.
Yeah, you have the instance of the white cop over in Ladue that was here that thought she tased the supposed shoplifter,
at
but she
Schnucks.
shot her in the
Yeah.
back. The girl didn't die.
She got a nice settlement too.
She did, but she had significant injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she. What are we doing today? Darren Wilson. What are we doing to these people?
I don't. No, I didn't tell this to you. I think that one day, far, far away, a video is going to be released of that incident. I just know there's one.
Are you talking about in Ferguson?
Ferguson. I think that somewhere.
Why do I feel that in my gut?
I feel like,
too,
I'm talking about like years, like 10, 20 years. One day a video is going to come out that actually shows what happened. There were too many people out there that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't even trying to be on no insightful stuff, and I'm going to watch my language, but I guarantee you, if it was a situation in St. Louis, how it is where these other videos are coming out, if a video came out of that,
yeah. I think there's going to be one day.
Yeah.
It goes back further and deeper than that.
Yeah.
Fuck Rodney King.
That's right.
They beat his ass. On tape. And were acquitted of all charges.
Do you all know the story behind like why the camera was rolling that night?
I do know. You remind me. I know that story though.
So the story with Rodney King is there was a couple basically in the house about to get it in. They had the old VHS camcorder set up, and they was getting ready to make it happen on camera.
Fucking the VHS.
And they heard this commotion outside and looked out and saw Rodney King
turn the camera around.
So they turned the camera
Put
out
up the
window
KY and turn the camera
and caught the Rodney King beating, bro. So I always remember we got camera phones now, but if you use it back then, you had to get freaky with your little
mate. With the VHS, but that's what I'm saying.
Either way, somebody was gonna get fucked up on that tape.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. You stupid. But no, like we have this proof, and I hear people keep saying, well, we had proof that he killed this man. Why is there still a trial? We still live in America, guilty until proven innocent,
that's
blah, 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 blah. We all know that OJ did it, but he was guilty to prove, whatever. Right. So it's like, we have to continue to go through the process, but it's also making an example. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at that man's face from the beginning of the trial all the way until he was sentenced, he was genuinely confused at the guilty verdict.
Man,
he was confused as fuck.
Say that.
He just knew he was finna go home. Right. No, sir. You finna take your ass in here in cell block D.
Not cell block D. I see what you did there.
Yeah. I like that. That was clever.
You going on in here in cell block D.
Capital D. Big D.
Yeah.
Big D.
Yep. With the BB.
He ain't gonna even be able to take a bath no more. He gonna drown.
He went on in there with the BBs. The booty bandits.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Enjoy.
Either that or they ain't let him out the back door and he's on a resort. Hey, moving right along. We want to say
Boosie said that he had the booty bandits. He said he lucky he didn't go to jail in Louisiana because I would have had make the call. Did y'all see that tweet?
Yep,
I love Boosie and I am not making a comment on that.
Period.
Hey,
but when you got booty bandits on call,
bruh,
there are some questions that we have.
Yep. It doesn't matter what happens to you, where you go, whether it's solitary confinement, the infirmary, whatever. Nobody fucking likes you in here.
Hey, but guess what though, Harlem? Guess what?
Well, somebody likes him.
Hold on, I got to make a call. Hey, Big D. Hey, what up, dog? I need you to fuck somebody.
Oh.
Need me to fuck them up? Oh, you need me to fuck. I'm sorry.
You about to
I played this whole thing out in my head. I'm sorry.
He was ready. He was ready.
Definitely going to get removed.
Speaking of the bandits, though,
it's gonna get removed.
Y'all know me, right? So make sure y'all buy my Catch the Shrimp shirts, okay, fellas? Make sure y'all.
That's gonna be so. Nah, wait a minute. Nah. Some of those proceeds got to go to Harlem and myself if you make those shirts.
Catch the Shrimp.
Yeah.
So, bro,
Catch the Shrimp shirts.
I actually had to do research on creating these shirts, bro. Before I did all of this, bro, you don't make no money unless you got like your own little situation going on, dog. Like it's like a record label. It's like Death Row, bro. When you
I think you would make some money off of Catch the Shrimp.
I'm gonna get it. Hey,
with
Catch the Shrimp.
You gotta have a little bitty shrimp. On there.
You be catching big shrimp or little shrimp? We didn't ask that. Big shrimp or little shrimp.
I hate both of y'all. Okay,
but you know what? I'm really.
Could you hold the shrimp with two hands? That's what we're trying to ask.
So, we've been gone for a while, and I really think, number one...
Sorry. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Number one,
oh God,
people really haven't had the privilege of seeing you in here emulating Catching the Shrimp.
So we got to do this again?
No, we don't have to do it again, but we are going to post it on our Instagram.
Our Instagram is lacking.
It's going to go on the Instagram today.
We're going to do it before we leave.
By the time this show airs, it will be on the Instagram. They can go on the Instagram, right? But I'm tired of this. You have to let this Catch the Shrimp hurt go. bro. You gotta let this shit go.
Shad, you have a question?
Yeah, I ain't gonna ask it though, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
You
Go
gotta-
ahead.
because I feel weird now because when we did this reenactment, isn't the shrimper as guilty as the shrimper?
shrimper?
No, absolutely not, because the shrimper is just doing their job.
Why
That's
are you all
part
giving
of
this
their
name?
job.
So I might have been trying to throw the shrimp in your mouth, but it actually went to
it goes
AI.
in they go around the table and be like, and you could be like, or something like that. But Allen,
But wait
is
a minute. No,
always
no,
a
no,
willing
because
participant.
he's-
I don't catch no shrimp looking like a seal at SeaWorld.
That's funny. But the thing is, so he's a bi shrimper. Because if he was trying to
bi
throw you a
shrimper.
shrimp, I'm trying to throw you a shrimp. You don't want this shrimp in your mouth. But he'll take it though.
Allen takes the shrimp.
This is going too far. A bi shrimper.
But I'm just
That's the hashtag. Allen takes the shrimp.
We continue to have this conversation.
That's part of the shrimp T-shirt line.
Dude, that's gonna be tight, man. That's
A
gonna be tight.
conversation comes up that has anything to do with masculinity and male sexuality, be it metrosexuality
Right.
or whatever. And let's just be clear, this is a disclaimer, we are allies for the community.
Right.
All three
For
of us,
everybody.
period.
Consenting adults, as long as you're consenting adults, do what you must.
But Alan, I feel like you are
what you
really
like.
hurt
By the shrimp.
by your male counterparts who have a problem with you catching the shrimp. I feel like you really are hurt.
You want me to tell you why I'm hurt?
Yeah, I need to know why you got this shrimp hurt. Why you got this catch the shrimp hurt.
All right. So
Tell me if I can know.
the issue is that, my male counterparts that are judging me for catching the shrimp also have boyfriends sometimes. And how dare you judge me for catching a shrimp when
You're catching a whole dick in your mouth? I mean, we're just getting to it.
how dare you judge me for catching the shrimp when your girlfriend doesn't know you have a boyfriend?
Oh,
I thought
Okay.
we weren't going here.
How dare you?
we wasn't supposed.
And the thing is, like, right, the whole catch the shrimp is a complete and total joke. It's a complete and total joke, y'all. I do sometimes catch the shrimp, sometimes I don't. But the essence of the whole thing is a joke, right? Like, I know that y'all hate it and y'all gonna react and you gonna respond and nah, bro, I ain't catching the shrimp. And some of those guys have boyfriends, like I said. So the thing about it is this, right? And I've elaborated on this a little bit before, but it just be the people you don't think, right? Just you just like, yeah, oh, bro, I ain't getting no shrimp. Da, 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 da. And then some screenshots surface one day, and you're like, oh, you throwing shrimp?
Right.
Okay.
Or catching the shrimp with a yo-yo string.
Yeah, you throwing shrimp to people that look like me. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what we doing here, player.
Your shrimp has cream sauce.
Do you? This is the thing. Do you? I'm not here, and I'm not calling nobody out. I don't know who all do this. I know some of y'all, but I don't know who all do this on the low. But I want people to be honest and transparent about who they are in 2021 in today's society, because I mean it's just. You got to think, we got STDs, and this is not me shooting at any community. I want to make that clear.
Oh, you gotta
I
make it
want to
very
make
clear.
that clear. I want to be very clear. But
Do not need another bruh episode.
we have those things. We
Almost
have
happened though. It did almost happen. I guess.
people's mental health is at stake. Family dynamics. Like, there are so many things, right? Like, think of the amount of trauma that you can put on a person when they thought they was dealing with this person for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 16 years, whatever. And now all of a sudden it's, hey, this is me. Like, there are just so many moving pieces, right? And I think the bigger piece of it, I don't know, I can't speak for anybody, like judgment, man. Like, nobody cares.
It's kind of funny you said bigger piece.
Nobody cares, man. Like, y'all just, one thing I'm always going to be comfortable in being is myself.
That's right.
And that's why I have no problem telling you that sometimes I do catch the shrimp. Like, it's, what y'all gonna do with my ass? Like,
I also would like to let everybody know that Alan has on leather pants today.
You do have some leather pants.
I'm gonna take a picture. I do have on leather
Alan
pants.
has on leather pants. I will definitely ensure that a photo
My
is
outfit
taken
fly.
of us today because Alan has on leather pants.
I got these from Topman. So if you're looking, Topman.
Top. I ain't saying that. You said
No pun intended.
Man, no pun
No
intended.
pun intended.
Yeah, I got these at top. I like top man. Pause.
Well, I think anytime we have these type of discussions, it always reminds me of the very traumatic movie For Colored Girls.
For color, yes.
In which, the little scene between Janet Jackson and Amari Hardwick, it always just reminds me, when you have these men who you would never in a million years think that they swing the opposite direction, which again, do you live your life? We have no problem with any of that. But like, be honest.
Honesty is the best policy.
You have these people with entire families. These men who have entire families, or they the big bro on the block, they hood,
Big
they
bruh.
gangster, big bruh, right?
Big bro.
Big bruh.
So not the bro episode, the big bro
Big
episode.
bruh. Okay? They're
Y'all
big
don't
bruh.
get
I
us.
cannot
Oh my
get
God.
Harlem. Come
Okay?
on.
They're big bruh on the block.
Big bro.
And you have to
Big
ask,
bra.
like, you
Big
say,
bra.
oh,
Ooh, I like that, bro.
and
Big
then
bra.
it's like, but they not the one doing the bending, they the one getting bent over. It's too much. It's too much. Be honest, stand in your truth, live in your truth. Like, if that is what you enjoy, be
that-
it whatever it is.
Your rectum reality.
Be
Shot is on the road
truthful,
today.
because women are snapping out, and
Yeah.
And
they
that's-
will kill
Yeah,
you.
you can't.
That's what
yeah,
I was
you,
talking
yeah,
about.
you
They
can't be
will
on that
literally,
bullshit.
women will literally kill you, because one, you are playing with their health.
Yeah.
You are also playing with their mental.
Mental. Yeah.
Now, it's
And
one
that's
thing-
what I was saying. You
it's
put it so
one
eloquently.
thing to find out that your man cheating on you with another bitch, but you cheating on me with a bad bitch. I ain't finna. How can I compete with that?
She said
not playing with you.
A bad bruh.
See, and I like
A
how
bad
she I'm like, yeah, you
You
the
that-
shit.
A woman will literally.
Well, he's the
have
shit, but you the
a mental breakdown and damn near kill herself and everybody
Yeah,
else.
that's real.
Oh, yeah.
When they find that out, because how do you come back from that? You cannot. A woman will say, "Yeah, that nigga was cheating on me with this bitch." Blah 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 blah. A woman's not going to say
And those same STDs are there. We want to make that clear.
absolutely.
And you said comeback.
A woman is not going to say out loud to anybody, "My man was cheating on me with his homeboy."
They PlayStation, all right.
It reminds me of that episode of Black Mirror.
They're playing.
Oh, I hate
They're
that
playing,
fucking
they're playing-
episode,
Yeah.
that video game. With,
Yeah, the
Pause, hold
episode
on.
of Black Mirror.
They're playing Xbox.
They're playing. Ooh, I like that. We about to get sued by everybody today.
Nope. That's
Burger King, Popeyes, PlayStation, and Xbox.
It's just a lot, and that's what I'm saying. But women aren't ready to really have that conversation, because we know that these men out here, and like, I hang out with a lot of bad bitches because
Yeah.
I just love them.
Right.
So I know a lot of people business that don't think I don't know their business.
Right.
I got some homies that's bad bitches. Pause.
Yeah,
But
I
you know,
mean,
like
I got some homies who some city girls and
Them
the
my
G is
guys.
silent.
Them my
Yeah,
guys.
boys.
And
period.
quit being scared to be cool with people that live their life, man. Like, y'all dudes. Oh my god.
But I gotta say though, honesty is the best policy.
Yes,
I agree.
For sure.
Be you.
For
Don't
sure.
don't bullshit nobody. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Be honest. Cause yeah, I think a woman has a right to fucking wild out.
yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you got a right to wild out if you cheating.
Yeah.
But then like keep hanging out with this nigga.
And
you know
then,
what I'm saying?
And then to be
Homie.
Homie.
But then there's
Ooh,
also that
homie.
HIV in that community is still very much a thing.
we
You
need to get
know,
somebody on here to talk about that.
I definitely would. We have a very, very popular podcaster by the name of Lexi Brinker.
Okay.
She told her story. Her son's dad gave her HIV. And she's told her story. She's very open about it. I definitely, I would love for her to come on the podcast. She has a podcast, God Plus Girl, I believe, where she's literally told her story, and her baby daddy was real popular.
Ooh.
But I digress. So
I digress.
Fellas, just
just
be
live in your
honest.
truth.
Just
It's
be honest.
okay.
And ladies, if you doing that too, you be honest too.
Right.
And I feel like it's a lot of signs that women could look for if they want to know if they man like boys.
Do we?
I'm not gonna go.
Let's put a
there.
checklist on the IG. Let's put the checklist on
Let's
the IG.
put the checklist on the IG because I definitely can drop some tips.
Hey, listen, I Catch the Shrimp t-shirts coming soon.
I'm wearing one. I am wearing
we will have those for our next episode. We will have them for our next episode, and we will definitely make sure that we live something.
I tried to get a camera today. It didn't work out. The other camera that situation didn't work. So
I bet you got one for comments with Bay.
I don't.
Oh,
you tried to do me. You tried
David
to
Ruffin.
Hold on. Words with Bay.
Words with Bay.
We've been on a
why she just shortchanged us at comments.
We've been on a hiatus too, and it's probably a lot of me. I lost some family members and stuff, so I've been kind of chilling, and I haven't been motivated. Like I'm getting back to that space now, but I just have not been motivated, and I think that for me, just kind of looking out, right? Like I think not even a lot of people, but just people around me have been kind of so stagnant. No diss to any of my people, but I need a refresher. Like, hey, I need somebody that's like on something different or new or whatever.
I think that's the thing though. Like just right now in this moment in this season, and I said this the other day, like I'm tired of being a strong friend. I'm always the strong friend that everybody like calls with their problems, and give me a minute. Like let me have my moment. So I think it's just maybe something that like is just going around is that everybody it's like a mental shift.
That's right.
Where a lot of the old things no longer serve you.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. And it's really hard to let certain things go. But it's okay to like decompress. And that's probably a lot of the part of why we haven't been here for a while. We finished up season 1, so now we're kind of shifting into season 2. But we just needed a minute. I think we all kind of just needed a break.
Somebody should write a book called Decompressed.
I hate it.
The stories.
We just can't be serious.
No, that's a good title.
For 30 seconds.
We tried.
That's a good title. Okay. Decompressed.
Listen, we didn't mention this at the top of the episode. We came in, Shy was ready today for whatever reason. We know why he was ready, but
I don't even think we introduced ourselves.
We didn't introduce ourselves. So that's
but that's so dope. I'm telling you, that's dope. I like how we did.
We still got to shout out SOLC and Kazi Society.
We do it at the end.
We got to shout out SOLC. Matt, Daryl, like we appreciate you all.
We love y'all,
SOLC
man.
Network. We appreciate your patience. B, we appreciate your patience.
I love you.
Absolutely.
I love you. I really do. No, I'm serious.
I
like
know y'all do.
You.
I don't let up on y'all.
If I got a problem with any of you motherfuckers, I'm bringing Harlem. And when I get to talking, if she don't make a face, I don't fuck with you.
Excuse me, sir. He said no bacon on his turkey burger. Excuse no. It's
Everybody,
fine.
I wish we had the camera. Hey, I wish we had a camera here. No turkey bacon.
I'm definitely
everybody look at Harlem, and if she don't say nothing.
Y'all know I'm definitely with the shits, but I know that part of it was like me a little bit. Some days I wasn't available. I was at brunch. Okay.
You was
I was at brunch.
I saw you was at brunch.
Yeah.
Now you was at brunch. You was at brunch. I said, yo, she kicking it
a cool
like
little outfit and everything, bro.
She even threw up a gang sign. I was like, damn.
I was at brunch.
Swagging, surfing by waffles out this month.
Yeah, I was, so I've also had, some other things going on. I just recently found my biological father in my family.
Whoa.
We'll talk about it.
So,
right on.
I just been trying to really.
You keeping secrets? I ain't even know that.
We're going to talk about it.
All right.
We're going to talk because it causes me a little bit of confliction.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it causes me a little bit of confliction because y'all know I'm all Black Lives Matter protest. Burn it down.
Yeah, we lost that episode, by the way.
And I think, and let me just say, these people is raisins and potato salad.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
And so we'll talk about that later. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, you my cousin forever.
Well, my mama's Black, so
that's what I was going. That's what I was conflicted with. Okay.
I'm, so yeah.
Okay.
But we back though. We back.
And seriously, thank you, Harlem, because she was joning on us and keeping us in line. They had people jumping in on the comments Joan and I'm like, I don't even know you. What you talking?
Because you know what? People actually do listen to our podcast.
They do.
People
They do.
enjoy our commentary, all pun intended, but also a lot of the chemistry. I think we talk about the things that we are who we are on our podcast as the same as we are in real life and on our social media. So when we kind of go back and forth on the podcast, it's the same thing we do on our social media.
That's true, but I say we are 99% who we are on the podcast, but the 100% is what happened before we got on.
The 100 is before the podcast every time. Man, we be
Jesus take the wheel and the car insurance. I swear to
if
God.
there was ever a camera or a
We
microphone,
would be shot, killed, stabbed, everything, and sued at the same. They would sue our graves.
Yep.
And it ain't got shit to do with us. It's just obviously what we know.
And we ain't got no money.
Ooh.
I ain't got no money. Speaking of, look, we need to put that out there. I ain't got no money, okay? I ain't got EYE. I ain't got no money, okay?
Right.
And make sure if you know somebody that I know, make sure you tell them that, okay?
I
ain't got no
EYE.
money.
Alan do got some brunch boots.
He do got some brunch boots.
Yeah, look, and
He got on the brunch leather. Son.
next time I'm in Chicago, me and
got on
Keontae
the
gonna throw
brunch
hands,
leather.
man. Shout out to homegirl Keontae, man. We throwing
Wasn't
hands.
that on the
out here.
Facebook or something about his brunch boots?
She got people calling
He said
me
he
brunch
just got
boots,
stale
bro.
humor and brunch boots.
Stale humor and brunch, and then people start calling me brunch boots, bro. Is oh my god.
I had to tap out after that. That was it.
You know, next time I go to Chicago, I'm gonna wear brunch boots in the summer. Y'all ain't gonna see me. I'm gonna have
Shit,
on that
they wear
one
Uggs
outfit.
in the summer. What's happening?
It's
They do that here
61
in St. Louis.
It's 61 degrees today. Y'all leather pants.
You do
Well,
got on the
these are
brunch
cool.
leathers,
You can't
boy.
wear these like if it's over like 65, 70, you can't do the leather pants because these mugs are hot.
Okay.
Spicy omelets
These
and leather
mugs are
pants.
hot. They do get hot. Your legs be sweating inside and all that. You know, don't.
So if you want to spend time with your lady, you definitely got to take a shower when you get back.
Yeah, you gotta take a shower
Okay.
after the leather pants.
Musty
you have to take a
nuts.
shower, dog.
Musty
because
nuts.
You can't, nah. But you know, I get compliments on these pants every time I wear them, and I've only worn them a few times. So the few times I have worn them, people are like, "Oh, bro, them fly."
You must be going to brunch when we leave.
I know.
I'm going with y'all.
Oh, okay.
We going together, y'all. Y'all want to go to brunch? Or y'all?
Hell
We said we was
no.
gonna go somewhere else.
I'm not
but
dressed for brunch.
do you know I've gone in brunch in literally after a workout, the brunch in the city. I walked in there in my y'all know I don't spend a lot of money on stuff, so I walked in there in my Skechers running shoes.
There you go.
With my compression pants and my shorts and my compression shirt. Well, it wasn't a compression shirt, but you know, a dry fit shirt.
How long did you wait for your food?
Yeah, I'm curious.
We not.
Okay. You know what? I digress. But
I'm Rashad.
I know we
That is
are we since we have been gone, we have missed. Well, a lot of life has happened,
Oh, yeah.
as well as a lot of death.
Yep.
So you know we lost DMX.
R.I.P.
We lost Shock G, aka
Just
Humpty
grab them
Dumpty,
in the biscuits.
R.I.P.
and we lost Black Rob.
Black Rob.
Yeah, brother Black Wild.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
And Prince Charles.
Black Row.
Do we care? Prince Charles,
Hey, you drinking Fiji?
or was it Prince Philip?
Prince Philip.
It was Prince Philip.
Hey, can you pass me the hand sanitizer?
Who was that?
Is that an Apple computer?
I think he was dead a long time ago, though.
I'll be honest. They're gonna come for me, but I don't keep up with the royal family.
Who does? They shove it down our throats. I mean, you know.
So there's like a documentary as to why they do that. I'll find the name of it and shoot it.
It just doesn't make sense as to why we have to give a fuck about them.
Yeah.
We're not even over there. We're not even under their ruling or whatever for jurisdiction, whatever the fuck. And they force it down our throats.
The life and times of people who hate shrimp catchers.
You know what?
No, that was decompressed.
I'm done with this episode.
I only hate on him catching the shrimp because
Good night.
Real talk. R.I.P. to those hip hop legends
Yeah, for sure.
and staples. Shock G, man, that was just
man, oh man.
Yeah.
DMX too though. Like
It
DMX,
comes in
Black
threes,
Rob,
though.
yeah, they say that.
Death comes in threes.
I don't be
say
claiming
that.
that, but that's how I be looking.
Ecstasy, Prince Marky D. Pretty sure some other.
And I saw somebody post the other day that they just feel like death is more prominent these days. And, you know, the truth of the matter is it's not. People die every day and always have since the beginning of time.
People that ain't never died before.
People that ain't never died before gonna die.
I mean,
right?
right. Everybody got their turn.
What you have to understand is the emergence of social media and how fast news travels now, right?
That's
Like
right.
you used to have to be like listening to the radio. Like where were you when Tupac died, right? Like I was
Right.
listening to Magic 108 and I think Kevy Kev was on. And that's how I found out Tupac died, right?
Right.
But now everything is at your fingertips. So it's not that death is more prominent because like I said again, people die every day. There's somebody being born right now and there's somebody dying.
Right.
It's just more in your face.
It's more in your face. The emergence of social media. So pardon me, don't be fearful.
Is that a shrimp?
Don't be fearful of death. And this is just me talking to you all.
Right.
Don't be fearful, right? Because it's inevitable. But here's what I can tell you while you're living. Take care of your damn self. Get a primary care physician. Get a dentist.
Everything starts with the mouth.
Take care of yourself. Them club wings every weekend, that's just not gonna cut it. Like you gotta air fry some stuff every now and then. Like, take care of yourself, man.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Your diet, get active 3-4 times a week, and I can use all of this advice my damn self.
Yeah, you're getting a little chunky.
But man, listen, I ain't even gonna talk about it. I'm eating at a caloric deficit right now, actually, because my skinny jeans don't fit right no more. But so I'm eating at a caloric deficit right now. Me and my lady, we're and I ride my bike a lot too. My bicycle. I'm a cyclist, so getting back into that because winter was just and COVID. There was actually an article I read that said like 70% of people in America gained 10 to plus pounds or whatever over COVID.
I mean, we weren't able to do anything but sit in the house and eat them snacks because when people go to the store for like disaster shopping, they just buy snacks and shit.
They really do.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is eating, sleeping. We weren't able to be active, so I can see that. And depression. For some
is real.
has an adverse effects, and they're put on weight.
I got to the point where I was just eating just to eat sometimes. I wouldn't even be hungry.
You
I
bored.
just get a bag of chips.
You bored.
Sleep and eat.
Yep.
And it's not a big bag. Like we get like the little snack bag,
But see, I noticed I lost 15 pounds in COVID during the initial shutdown. And then soon as the world kind of started to open back up, my fat ass was going out to eat and at brunch.
Hot girl summer.
Swagging,
21.
surfing by the sausage.
Is hot girl summer coming back?
Absolutely.
21
It's
this
hot
year?
girl summer right now.
Right now? Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
It's going to be 81 degrees in St. Louis on Monday. Turn up the heat.
Man, I better get my girl pregnant then.
Yeah, you're going to have to drop
How
that
about you
knot.
propose to her first?
Ha ha, ha ha.
Guess
I
what we
got you,
did
Maria.
today? These are the words. I know you're going to play that at your wedding.
Stay posted.
I can't wait for Alan's wedding.
I'm definitely there.
I
gonna be lit.
got him a DJ already.
Who you got?
Oh, Jesus.
I got him a DJ.
You going to DJ?
I know him. I know a very prominent DJ. I got him a DJ already.
Oh, flying them in.
Jesus.
Nope, he live here.
Oh, okay.
No, he's an import. Not it being export. He's domestic.
He's domestic.
Domestic
Cool.
import.
So I got you, Maria. Don't worry. We're going to get you a ring, sis.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. She listening too. Look, y'all going to have me. Look, this going to be a whole nother thing. As soon as she hear this, she be like, so I didn't say anything.
Okay.
What was you doing?
Sorry.
Where was you at? No. Y'all know I love my girl. Make sure y'all tune in to Words with Bay. So
Shameless plug.
I know. David.
we shout out to Kazi Society. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yep, Jamie.
Jamie, we love you.
She's
I need
currently
to-
babysitting at the moment as well.
He been quiet today. I'm so shout out to the 100 Black Men of Metropolitan St. Louis.
Salute.
Yeah.
I was awarded the Sales and Media Influencer Award
Okay.
for this year. So
Keep it secrets.
the 100 Black Men of Metro St. Louis, and we have actually been very kind of at the forefront of
Was that one of your
I got
catching
confused, bro. I
techniques
had
right
to. I had to. I do that when I rewind. It's like a rewind thing. I do it in my
Okay.
head, and I actually do it on the mic because I'm like, then I'm like,
I know.
But no. So they
That was horrible.
big.
She
Y'all ready to eat or no?
Yes, but you know what? We will also be extremely remiss if we did not shout out ourselves and
Right.
Deluxe Magazine because
And
we
Deluxe
have not
Magazine.
been back in the studio since the 314 episode that we did. But for 2020, Commentary was voted best in show and podcast.
Hey.
In in the 314
314.
by Deluxe Magazine. So shout out to Keith Griffin and Deluxe
Thank
for
you.
North
Thank
County
you.
hoes,
Thank
hump with it.
recognizing us. No, ain't on North County nothing. Ew.
Okay. No, we're not gonna do that.
Hey, wait, whoa! I grew up in North County.
I grew
We
up
can
in
tell.
North.
I lived in U City
Side,
for a year though.
St.
Don't
Louis.
do that.
I lived on Appleton.
Don't do that.
I did.
Don't do that.
Appleton.
Appleton.
That sounds peaceful.
It's not.
It was right off of 82nd, 8 Deuce.
I grew up on Clarence in West Florida.
Now that sound, look, any nigga named Clarence. R.I.P. to my uncle Clarence though, real talk.
Yeah. So
we
but
love
yeah.
y'all so much. We just stretching this shit out. We should have been gone.
Yeah,
10
we
minutes.
are
We
out.
about to go eat.
We going to eat
Eat,
Not
as a
brunch.
crew. We're not going to brunch.
and we ain't catching.
This is
no
our first group meal. This is gonna be like the first supper.
Yep.
catch this out.
And we got T Dot with us, so it's gonna be fun.
Is it? What is he? Is he gonna get like? I don't know. We'll talk about that later. So
It's always a burger and pizza, but he doesn't eat meat.
Hi, no man. All right.
it's it's impossible.
Y'all already know who this is. We are the commentary
Yeah.
crew. I am Harlem B.
Alan, I
am Harlem B.
am.
Remember they use it. I am a black man. I am Malcolm X.
I was just
I
very-
am
That's what I was
Malcolm
thinking
X.
about. I beat your ass too. Nah, Rashad is a man. Peace.
We go.
Peace.